probably the only cool thing about this movie. If I could tell you anything, the first 20 minutes are cool, the last 10 minutes are cool, and everything in between is forgettable. Gator. Gator is a 1976 film directed by Burt Reynolds, starring Burt Reynolds. Yes, actor-director Burt Reynolds. It's a slow movie. It's a slow, forgettable movie. What I mean by that is Burt Reynolds stars as Gator McCluskey, who is a person who's fresh out of prison, and he lives in a small swamp town in Louisiana, and one of the local politicians needs his help for whatever reason in this movie. I forgot. He needs his help to help take down a local crime lord named Bama, and it is just kind of boring. It's kind of boring. You're very interested in Burt Reynolds' character, Gator. You're very interested in him. You care what's going on. He's a father. He has his grandfather living with him in the swamp. You see his dad and daughter for like 2 minutes in the beginning of the film. They're throwaway characters. They just shows that this is a family man, and that's the reason why he wants to help the politician, because the politician threatened to put his daughter in an orphanage and grandfather in jail for something, and Burt Reynolds falls in love with a news reporter who's doing a journalist who's doing like a news report on the crime lord Bama, and she gets caught up in the mess, and Burt Reynolds has to save her, and then Burt Reynolds ends up becoming friends with the crime lord Bama, and immediately you're listening to me and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Steve? I'm about to click off of this video. Well, probably don't watch this movie if you're already thinking I'm talking nonsense. Let me tell you this, it's really well directed. Burt Reynolds can direct a movie. This is the first film he's ever directed. Really well directed, really well acted by everybody. Everybody's a good actor in this movie. Everybody's well acclaimed. The head crime lord Bama, he actually is one of the football coaches and Adam Sandler's The Waterboy, so that's where you might know him from. Burt Reynolds, great actor. He was a really good director. He directed everybody really well. It's just slowly told. It's like the story is a mess, and the pacing. Burt Reynolds has a very slow pacing of directing. He had a slow pacing with no payoff, unless for like a really, really cool action scene at the end of the movie, where there's a big explosion and like a fist fight, and this is his love interest, the journalist lady, and they can't be together, and you're supposed to feel sad, but you don't feel any emotion in this movie because it's just kind of boring. You can tell there was effort, there was some heart put into this film, but it just failed. I honestly cannot recommend this movie. Like I said in the beginning, watch the first 20 minutes, watch the last 10 minutes, you're going to watch the whole movie. Trust me. I'm saving you an hour and 40 minutes of your life. If I had to give a rating on this movie, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. I give it a 4 out of 10 for effort. Really well directed. Beautiful acting. Everybody's good. Burt Reynolds is awesome. Shot selection is really good. It's just the pacing and the whole point of the story. What's the whole point? He tries to take down the drug lord, but then they introduce his family at the beginning of the movie, and then they have these cool, swamp scenes where he's on the boat. It's like what you saw in the beginning of the video, and there's just a lot of talking, a lot of nothing going on, and, you feel no tension. It's just slow. It's slow and boring, and that is Gator. That is Gator. I have nothing else to say. You'll forget about this movie in a day. If you enjoyed this video, I'll see you later. Peace out. Enjoy.